We are here today to discuss the AI arms race against the Chinese Communist Party and our law enforcement efforts to protect America's crown jewel technologies. Just last night, Reuters reported that DeepSeek's latest AI model was trained on illegally smuggled NVIDIA Blackwell chips, America's most advanced AI chips. President Trump wisely banned China from getting that chip, but China is finding them anyway. China's AI chips cannot compete with ours, so Beijing is resorting to theft instead. This chip smuggling story is just one example of how China's AI ambitions are living off of stolen American technology. Beijing's AI giants like DeepSeek and Moonshot AI are stealing the intellectual property of America's leading AI labs through a method called distillation. The theft of our AI models is so brazen that when one Chinese model was asked to identify itself after being released this month, it called itself Claude, the name of one of America's leading AI models. China is also smuggling the technology it needs to make AI chips. In 2024, Huawei smuggled components from TSMC to make the equivalent of 1.5 million of its most advanced AI chips. The only reason the U.S. government even learned of this smuggling is because a tech blog discovered it and notified BIS. Huawei's stockpile of smuggled AI chips from TSMC is still paying dividends for China more than a year later. Based on public reporting, it's unclear whether Huawei has produced any AI chips without that smuggled stockpile. We are still waiting to see what TSMC's penalty will be for the worst violation of export controls in American history. The evidence is clear. Without U.S. and allied technology, the CCP would lose the AI arms race. So, Beijing resorts to stealing. But to date, the United States has struggled to fully stop the CCP's AI theft. That brings us to today's hearing. Assistant Secretary Peters is tasked with cracking down on violators of our export control laws. Thankfully, BIS's export enforcement is doing what it can to enforce our rules. On the first day of the administration, President Trump, in the America First Trade Policy Memorandum, instructed his team to strengthen enforcement on our export controls. The administration requested, and the House supported, a 77% increase to BIS's budget, with most of that going to export enforcement. However, the Senate only agreed to a 23% increase. That is a good start, but it's not where we should be. America's adversaries are working around the clock to circumvent our export controls, and the status quo will not meet the urgency of this moment, is my fear. I look forward to partnering with BIS on this mission, as Congress also plays a major role in this story as well.